Hi, I'm Mike Huxley and this is the Bemusedbackpacker channel. Make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to tell you exactly what mosquito repellents are recommended for travellers, exactly which ones work and more importantly which ones don't. And finally I'm going to tell you exactly how you can use repellents to stay bite and disease free on your gap year so you can just get on and enjoy your travels with peace of mind. When you travel in the world, especially when you're traveling in areas where mosquitoes are a problem, it's absolutely essential that you protect yourself from getting bitten. This is because depending on where you are in the world, there is a risk of contracting any one of a number of mosquito-borne diseases, from malaria and dengue to chikungunya, zika, yellow fever and many more. There are a lot of different things you can do to protect yourself, and I will put a link in the description down below to articles and videos going more in depth on those techniques. But the absolute best way to protect yourself from getting bitten is to use an insect repellent. There are a variety of repellents out there, but not all of them are equal or even effective. Now, let me be very clear on this. Natural repellents containing plant-based liquids or homeopathic remedies are not clinically proven, do not work, and are not effective or recommended. So ignore any claims about garlic oil, lemon juice, vitamins B1 or 12 or anything else. The only repellents that are recommended are those which contain at least 20 to 50% of the active ingredients DEET, PMD, icaridin or IR3535. If they don't contain these ingredients, then they are not recommended. So what are these ingredients exactly and how effective are they? DEET is the gold standard for mosquito and other biting insect prevention, and although some travellers don't like the idea of putting chemicals on the skin, it's the single most effective option and very safe. And that's not just me saying that, that's backed up by all the clinical evidence. There are different strengths available, but it's generally not necessary or recommended to use a concentration any greater than 50% DEET as long as you reapply it every 6 to 8 hours. Anything less than 20% DEET is not effective at all, so use between 20 and 50%. And again, contrary to popular belief, DEET is safe and non-toxic provided you use it properly. One of the biggest claims used against DEET is that it's toxic or dangerous because it's a chemical, and one of the most common slogans used by homeopathic remedies is that they are safe because they aren't chemical or aren't DEET. It's ridiculous. Provided you're using it properly and aren't drinking the stuff, DEET is safe. It's also recommended for use by young children and pregnant women and is the only repellent strongly recommended for pregnant women in at-risk malarial areas due to the risks of malaria in pregnancy. Icaridin is the next best option. Icaridin is sometimes referred to as picaridin, which is its brand name, and it's a synthetic molecule based on a chemical found naturally in black pepper plants, and this is a great natural alternative to DEET. There is a lot of research now that says repellents containing at least 20 to 50% icaridin are at least as effective as DEET is, but the only downside to it is that it needs to be reapplied more regularly. That's every 4 to 6 hours instead of the 6 to 8 hours for DEET. And like DEET, any concentration less than 20% is not considered effective, so always use between 20 and 50%, the higher the better. PMD, oil of lemon eucalyptus, is the next ingredient you should be looking out for. PMD is a natural byproduct of the distillation process of the leaves of the lemon-scented gum tree, and oil of lemon eucalyptus is a refined oil with a minimum of 64% PMD. This is not to be confused with the lemon eucalyptus essential oil or homeopathic lemon oil, which do not work and are not approved in use in countries with disease-carrying mosquitoes. I know it is confusing as hell as they both sound the same, but they really aren't. Essential oil lemon eucalyptus does have some natural PMD in it, but it doesn't have enough of it to make it a natural repellent. When the PMD is distilled in the main ingredient, it becomes oil of lemon eucalyptus and then it's effective. So be very careful with the difference here, as not all lemon eucalyptus based repellents are the same. Now, PMD provides similar protection to DEET against Aedes, Culex and Anopheles mosquitoes, and it is a really good natural alternative. But just like picaridin, it doesn't last as long, and it's advised to reapply it every 4 to 6 hours instead of 6 to 8. Now, IR3535 can also be recommended in some circumstances. It's a synthetic amino acid that's been shown to be effective against several types of mosquitoes that carry Zika, dengue and other diseases. But like PMD, it's not nearly as effective as DEET at the same percentage. It's also not recommended where malaria is a risk factor, as it's not as effective against Anopheles mosquitoes. And for those of you who don't know, that's the breed that carries malaria. This is why out of the 4 ingredients here, it's usually recommended the least. So there are good chemical and natural repellents out there, but whichever one you choose, make sure your repellent has one of these 4 ingredients. If the repellent that you've picked up doesn't have one of these ingredients listed in them, then they won't be effective, they won't be recommended for anywhere you're travelling. So don't waste your money or put yourself at risk. It's just not worth it. As long as you use the right repellent and use it properly and regularly, you will drastically reduce your risk of being bitten and contracting a mosquito-borne disease. And then you can get on with the much more serious business of enjoying yourself and having an awesome time on your gap year with peace of mind. So that's it guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please hit those thumbs up and subscribe buttons, and if you like what you see and want to support the channel, check out all the good stuff on the website and come and join in the conversation on social media too. Links as always are in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next week.